Hi, I'm Max. I'm the creator behind Eat the Rich Art. I use he, him, and they, them pronouns, and this is a bit of a late what I made this week. I am filming this on Tuesday morning. I usually upload this Monday afternoon. To be honest, it's just been a weird week. I just forgot to film on Sunday and Monday because it's been a weird one, right? So I went to London on Saturday to see Team Star Kid do The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, which is fantastic. That is something that I have been wanting to see for years. I've been a fan of Team Star Kid since 2013, and this is the first time they've brought a full production of a show over to the UK. So a little bit sad it wasn't Starship, but I know why it was Guy, and that's fine. But yeah, it was really good. I had a really good time at the show. But anyone who lives in the UK probably knows that London on Saturday was not a fun time to be someone who looks like me. So luckily I got away with it a bit more this time. I was worried that, like, obviously being a bit more visibly queer, especially having my partner there with me, having a friend with me who is also a bit alternative, I was like, we're gonna run into some trouble here. But we managed to get down to London and on to the theatre fine. There was no issues at all. We managed to get back to the train fine. On the train on the way home, we had some trouble, and I'm not going to go in depth as to what that was. Sorry, my hair is all over the place. I'm not going to go into depth with the trouble, but it left me feeling a bit weird on Sunday, so I didn't really want to film. And then Monday, I was just tired. I had a driving lesson, so it just didn't get done. And here we are on Tuesday morning. I'm going to try and get this edited and uploaded as quickly as possible before work. That's why I'm a little bit tired. I'm woken up early to do this. But yeah, let's get to it so that I can get that done. I didn't actually make much this week, so it's going to be a shorter video. I'll try and get it to the 10-minute mark so you guys have something to enjoy, but we will see. It's mainly been batch making this week, so there'll be a few different repeats of things. I didn't really get anything done that's not Pride Market related that I can show you, at least, because I handed my mini ducks out at the Star Kid show and they went in 5 minutes. So I'll talk about making more of those as we go, but yeah, I've not actually got them to show you. So I might as well talk about those while I'm trying to get everything out and sorted, because I just started filming and didn't really organise myself. So yeah, I made a chunk more actually of those ducks this week. Let me check on the iPad. Yeah, again, I don't really have one to show you, but if you've watched my videos before, you've seen them. Teal blue, this is down as 9, but I made 3 more on the train, so that should be 12, which should bring us to a total of 31. That's 24. I had 31. Oh yeah, because I started using a new teal. Right, so that's 9. That's definitely 9. Teal, and then that's 21, so I made 10 in the teal. Right, okay, cool. I've sorted that now. So yeah, in total this week I made 13 ducks, because I just got to the point where I was like, you know what, I need to just get on it and start making them, because I had Star Kid, and then in 3 weeks I have downloads, so I need to get back on the duck making, but obviously still finish the Pride Market prep at the same time. So I'm hoping I've replanned the Pride Market prep, but I'm very much hoping that I'll be able to hit a sort of stride with it where I'm doing bulk making of axolotls or frogs or cappies or hoodie bears in the daytime, and then, well, maybe not as much with the cappies and the hoodie bears because they take a bit longer, but then I can do ducks in the evenings. I've also done it so that once all of the stuff that can be bulk made is done, I'll have 6 plushies left to make for the 3 remaining flags that I've not made the bigger plushies for. So I've set them out so that I do one of them a day, and then it's duck time in the after of that. So yeah, hopefully that will mean that I get enough ducks done for download. I did 100 last time. I don't think I'm getting 100 done this time, but we'll find out. Right. So Monday was the 11th. What did I do on the 11th, you may ask? I don't know. Let's consult the iPad. That's still April. That's still April. That's May. Right. 11. On the 11th, I started the 2 hoodie bears for this week, and then I finished them on the 12th. So on the 11th, I did the hoods and the arms for each of these. It's also been a bit of a weird time with like my wrists hurting on and off and like burnout happening, so stuff may be made a bit slower than I'm hoping, but hopefully not. Anyway, so we made 1 pan hoodie bear. I used my latte this week. That was an update. So I've got a little bit more yarn because I needed it. I'll tell you why in a second. And I've ordered more of the latte because look how adorable this turns out with it being just a little bit more pastel than the rust. I've not got one with the rust to show you, but it's just so cute. The only problem I had is the latte does exactly 2 bears and doesn't leave enough for face shipping after that. But that's okay. That's fine. It happens. So yeah. 1 pan hoodie bear. He used a bit of a chop and change of colours actually, because I ran out of my baby pink and my yarn snits. I have another ball now, but I couldn't wait. So I finished him off in parfait. So he used the pan hoodie bear. Where is he? There he is. 22 grams of the sky blue, 16 grams of the lemon yellow, 5 grams of the baby pink yarn smiths, and then 10 grams of the parfait baby pink or ballet pink, and then 47 grams of the latte. So that was this guy, and I'm just so happy with him. That was started on Monday, finished on Tuesday. Then also started Monday, finished Tuesday was the Men Living Men, Killian, blah blah blah, that section of flags. Hoodie bear. So again, I did him in latte. He used 16 grams of the dark turquoise, 7 grams of the sky blue, 9 grams of parfait aqua, 9 grams of parfait and key lime, 7 grams of white, and that's also parfait white, and then 47 grams of latte. So that was him. And then in the process of doing this, I ran out of the mint, so I needed a new one. I'm also running low on the aqua. I knew it wouldn't get through the 2 plushies I needed to get through, so I did order some aqua in Yardsmiths. It's not exactly the same colour. I've got it here. It's a bit darker, just slightly, just a touch. But then I also couldn't get like the same sort of mint green that I wanted. So I've got a sort of sageier colour, which is also just slightly darker. So I think they'll work together because they're sort of the same tones as the parfait that I was using. So hopefully that will still look good. They're there because I'm currently batch making axolotls, but I'll tell you about that in a sec. So 2 hoodie bears, started Monday, finished Tuesday. Then on Tuesday, did I just do the hoodie bears? Yeah, I just did the hoodie bears on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I did these 2 guys. Oh yeah, I remember what happened. So on Tuesday, I had the latte out to use. I did say that it didn't have enough for face shaping. I think I just couldn't be bothered, actually, looking at the fact that I used a bit on the cappies. I just thought, fuck it, I won't do face shaping. So yeah, I didn't. I used a bit of latte on the ears and then on the nose and ears of this guy, because if you look at photos of actual capybaras, they don't have as much of a colour difference in the nose and the ears as we do them when we crochet. So I thought, let's do it a little bit lighter and then still do the really dark feet, because that's how they actually look. And then I didn't have enough latte to do the nose on this guy, so he's just got light ears, but that's fine. So then Wednesday I finished them off. So like I said before, I did the capes a few weeks ago, just because that's what I was feeling like doing at the time. And then I finished the cappies today, not today, last Wednesday. So these guys used, which one's first? Is it the pan one? Yeah. So this guy used 1 gram of Yarn Smith's white, because this is before I ran out. I have more of that as well. 3 grams of the baby pink and the sky blue and the lemon yellow, so 3 grams each of the flag colours. 4 grams of latte to do the nose and the ears. 8 grams of rust to do the 4 feet, and then 59 grams of vanilla fudge to do the body. And that's how much yarn this guy used. So yeah, he got finished on Wednesday, and then also on Wednesday I finished this guy. So he used 5 grams of the white, and this is, it's Yarn Smith's white in the flag. Is it Yarn Smith's? It's all Yarn Smith's white. Interesting. I thought I'd used Parfait, but I didn't. So yeah, 5 grams of Yarn Smith's white, 2 grams of the mint, 3 grams of the aqua, 2 grams of the sky blue, 5 grams of the dark turquoise. I don't know why, I think it's just a bit denser. And then 4 grams of latte on the ears, which doesn't feel like it makes sense because I did the ears and the nose on the other one. I must have used 6 grams on this guy and 2 grams on this guy, but I can't be bothered to correct it. So somewhere between 2 and 4 grams on the ears for this guy, and then 14 grams of rust to do the nose and the feet, and 59 grams again of the vanilla fudge. So that was another ball of vanilla fudge out of the stash. So we've done decently well on stash busting this week, actually. So we finished 1 ball of latte, 1 ball of vanilla fudge on these guys. We finished a ball of Yarn Smiths on this guy. I think we also finished a ball of sky blue and moved on to the new one at some point in this. So that was 4 balls finished so far. Then I had a little bit of the mint left, but not much, I remember, because I did the frogs next. I definitely did run out of the mint at this point though. So, where did I get to? Hoodie bears. But these aren't the next thing, I'll talk about the next thing first. Right, so the next thing I did was I used my new colour that I've got of Snug as a Bug to make a pansexual hippo. A hippopotamus, if you will. This is the pattern that I keep using because I love it. It's Happy the Hippo by Crochet and a few other designers. I can never remember who the other designers are. I just know that Crochet was one of them. So a hippo in that yarn, and it turned out so soft and so nice, and it's just a big round ball, and I'm really happy with it. And then the next thing I made in that yarn was a Luma star, because I did some inventory of my other stock and realised I've got way too many jumbo plushies. So the spaceman I was going to do originally was probably not the best idea. So I did a little star instead, and I think he's really cute. So that was the other thing I made in Snug as a Bug yarn. Review of that is coming at some point in July. Then I got Happy the Hippo, the Lunar Star. Then it's the frogs, right? So I did these 2 guys, finished off the mint in the process of doing it. I think this might actually have been the point where I swapped balls of sky blue. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, we have aqua, mint, white, they're all parfait, and then sky blue and dark turquoise in the yarnsmiths. These guys used 5 grams of, this guy used 5 grams, and then I ran out and only had 4 grams on this one. 3 grams of the aqua, 5 grams of white each, 3 grams of sky blue. This guy's the one that I changed balls on because he's got 4 grams of sky blue in him so that I could leave a tail to not unravel it, and then 4 grams of dark turquoise. So that's that guy, that's those. And then I was just in a bit of a frogs mood, so I moved on to the asexual ones even though they weren't on the plan yet. So I did have to do these a bit weird. So one row that should have been black I changed to silver so that the eyes didn't get caught up in the black, so they have little black hats on. And then silver faces, white for the tummies and purple for the bottoms for the ace flag. So these guys use 2 grams of black, 5 grams of silver, 4 grams of lilac and 6 grams of white each. And this is all parfait apart from the white. No, all yarnsmiths apart from the white, which is parfait, which is why there's quite so much more of the white, because parfait is a bit denser. So they were made, I don't know what day they were made on the 15th. So that would have been, I forgot to say, he was Wednesday after the cappies, Thursday, and then I was really busy Thursday, so that's all I made. Friday. Then I took a break to make some ducks. So Friday night and Saturday morning on the train down, I made a bunch of ducks, 13 ducks, I think I said earlier. So we've also finished a ball of acrylic teal in that process, because I'm grabbing whatever the smallest scrap I have is and making ducks with it until it runs out, and then doing it again and again and again, so that I have a variety of different colours. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm sort of getting out of about 10 to 15 grams of yarn, I'm getting about 10 ducks. So that's what we're doing. We're using up quite a lot of acrylic. That's all you need to know, really. So that's what's happening there. And then finally, Sunday, like I said, I was feeling a bit weird, so I just wanted something easy. I didn't want to be having to change colours too much, so I didn't feel like doing every individual axolotl and then all of the flappy bits and all of the fiddly bits. I just wanted to do something easy where I crocheted up the body, closed it, crocheted up the next one, and then closed it, and just did that. So I made 2 purple axolotl bodies. These are going to be an asexual one and non-binary one. I just need to do the flaps on them. And then I made 2 white bodies to finish the parfait white off, so that's also finished. This purple is finished. And then using the last little scrap of the purple and the white that I had, I made the asexual one with a bit of silver and black as well. I don't know why the silver's ended up such a big stripe in the sky. I think it's just the way that the rows fall, that, yeah, because we lose a bit of the white to the neck, it ends up a bit shorter, but yeah, that's how he looks. And he's the only colour changing one that I made on Sunday, and then that is everything else that I've made so far before this video is for next week's video. So I managed to make this 20 minutes somehow, nearly, so thank you very much for watching. Yeah, let me know in the comments which one of these is your favourite. I think for me it must be this hoodie bear in the latte with the Achillean flag on, because it's my flag and it's pretty. So yeah, either that or the Happy the Hippo in the Snug as a Bug, because this yarn's just worked out so cute. He nearly worked out striped as well, which was quite interesting. But yeah, so those are my favourites. Let me know in the comments which are your favourites. If you'd like to see more of this, and if you'd like to see what I'm making all of these things for, drop me a subscribe, because one of these videos should come out every Monday. Sometimes they come out on Tuesdays. between 2 and 4 UK time, or 12 and 2 UK time, between 12 and 4 UK time on a Monday most of the time, unless I forget, and then they come out on a Tuesday. On a Friday, currently I'm doing my Making Everything Pride series. This week is the Buy flag. I have the Pan flag ready to go and ready to upload for next week, and then I'm working on the Achillean flag, the asexual flag, and then the arrow and non-binary flags will be the other videos for June. And then after June, I have a chronic illness tips video coming. I have a yarn haul coming. I've got a yarn review coming. There's things. They all get uploaded on Fridays between 12 and 4 UK time, depending on when they're ready, and all of that stuff. So yeah, I think that is everything I need to say. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, drop a comment, follow me on Instagram, check out my store, it's in the description. If you'd like to buy patterns or plushies from me, this guy will be available on July 10th as a pattern. And yeah, thank you again for watching, and have a nice day.